one's kind of my favorite. And the reason it's my favorite is because it uses Petunia Pop and Summer Splash. Two of my absolute favorite new colors. Okay. So these are our pieces and parts so far. What we have, that and that. Okay. So we're going to go with a Fresh Freesia card base because Fresh Freesia and Petunia Pop are like BFFs. Let me bring you out a little piece of Petunia Pop so you can see how BFF-y they are. Look at that. If that's not BFF, I don't know what is. So Petunia Pop and Fresh Freesia, BFFs. So we've got our card base, 8.5 by 5.5. We've got our white for the inside, 4 by 5.25. And then we have a couple of pieces here. We've got some designer series paper. This is the one that I showed you earlier. This is Petunia Pop. I'm going to use the leafy side because I just think it's really awesome. So this is a 1.5 by 5.5. You're also going to get a 1/2 inch by 5.5 strip of the glimmer paper, and we're going to kind of layer those together slightly to have that on the front. You're going to get a piece of white, and I need to know what this is. This is 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. And then you're going to get a layer of Summer Splash that's 3 by 4. And you'll notice that this one does have holes in it. Yours isn't going to come with holes because you're going to put the holes in them. So we're going to bring in a couple of the dies here. There are a total of 8 dies in this set, and we've used this one and we've used this one already. And then on this card, we're going to use this trio of butterflies and a single. So we're going to cut out those two things out of the layer of Summer Splash, and here they are. Okay, and I think that's all the dies we're using on these cards, but you still have a die that will cut out the half butterfly, the other small butterfly, and then 2 just kind of cute little things that go together to these 2 little butterflies here. Okay, so again, not a very difficult card at all. So we've got our layer of white. We are going to add our butterflies. So I'm just going to kind of throw some glue back here. I should have used an adhesive sheet. I didn't. If you guys have adhesive sheets at your house, you probably want to use them. But if you don't, you can certainly do the liquid glue route. It works. It's just a little more putsy and sometimes can be a bit messy if you're not careful. So I'm just kind of trying to very gently, and my glue is getting close to being gone. So that also makes it a little easier to do these detailed gluings. Oops, there's a little bit that didn't come out of the die there. Get off there. Oh, there's another one. All right. You can also, if you have a piece of sponge and a silicone mat, you can dip your sponge in some glue that you squirt on a silicone mat, and then you can pounce it onto your butterflies if you so desire. Okay, so here we go. And we're going to set them something like this. Okay. Then, before I actually put this other one on, I'm going to stamp my sentiment just to make sure I have enough room. And this is the Thinking of You sentiment. And we're going to use Petunia Pop because Petunia Pop is amazing. And I'm going to take my spoon and just kind of gently press some of the ink into my pad because this pad came very juicy. And I don't need it to be that juicy for my sentiment. All right, so we're going to try to... There we go. Worked out pretty good. All right, and then our last butterfly, we're going to kind of stick on something like this. So it's kind of around this wing a little bit. I probably should have put those on a little bit differently, but you know what? It's a handmade card. It can't be perfect. All right, and if I made this again, it would probably look different. You know what? I just got really heavy-handed with the glue, so this is what we're going to do with that. We're going to bring in our silicone mat, and we're going to get some of the glue off. That was actually a lot of glue that was excess. Okay. And then here we go. Okay. And I've got glue on my hands. So now I am going to just kind of add some glue around where I took this off. just to kind of make sure that I have glue in most of these places. And then we're going to just attach our layer of white to our layer of Summer Splash. And but of course that would happen. And of course we're going to cover up the hole that we made die cutting our butterflies out of there. Get over there. Okay, there. Press that into place. Now we need to add our, I'm going to try some seal. Maybe that'll work better with my glimmer paper than my liquid glue did. We'll see. Okay. Oh, you guys are so sweet. Mary says you guys love me. Yay, I love you guys too. Uh-oh. That's kind of upside down. I mean, it probably isn't really upside down, but in my brain it's upside down. So we're going to do it this other way because to me that was upside down. So if you don't want it upside down, then put your glue on the other side. Not that it matters because we're going to need to glue this whole thing down anyway. So if we have some glue over here, it's still going to work. And actually, I think that was the better way to go. Not using liquid glue. But on the other hand, using liquid glue lets you, it gives you some time to get everything in place. So yeah, it's a toss-up about which way to go. All right. So we're going to stick this on. I'm going to leave a little edge here of the Fresh Freesia just because I want it to show with its BFF. Okay. There we go. And then our fun little layer, we're just going to kind of put it on there a little cattywampus because that's easier than trying to make it straight. So there you go. Oh, you guys are loving this card. This is my favorite. I'm not going to lie. Out of all of the cards that I made today, this is my favorite. And then the little gems are going to be perfect. You know what? I've seen people do this. I don't know why I am struggling so much getting these dimensionals off today. I never have issues getting dimensionals off. But for whatever reason, these are not coming off. Okay. And then we're going to do this a little bit cattywampus. There we go. We have an inside piece. I just did the butterflies in both of the colors in the corners. Super simple. Nothing special about that. But I do like to always have something on the inside. If I can, I prefer to have something on the inside. I think it's fun. Let me get this in there. And then we'll get the gems on. And then we'll bring the rest of the cards out. Okay, I do have a little confession to make. I thought about doing this. You guys can tell me if you think it's good or if you think it's terrible. I took a piece of petunia ribbon and I kind of folded it over on itself and then I taped the ends. And I was going to kind of tuck it under here. But I don't know if I need it. You know what I mean? Is it just something stupid that's sitting there that nobody needs? Or do we need it? I don't know. I don't think that I do. But if you guys think we need it, then I'll reconsider. But after we get these gems on there and stuff, I'm almost like, gosh, do we really need it? I don't know. But you tell me. It might just be something stupid that we don't see. That's kind of what I thought, Judy. I thought it doesn't really show up, so why would I do it? That's stupid. So I don't think I'm going to. I think we're going to leave it off because then it's just kind of distracting almost. You know what I mean? Because we have these beautiful gems for the butterfly bodies and we have this beautiful paper here. So I don't think we need that. I think just a few of these gorgeous gems and the glimmer, that's perfect. Okay. Thanks, you guys. I thought that's what we should do, but I wanted to make sure because you guys always have really good ideas. So I appreciate your feedback. Okay. Let me bring in the other cards. So we have that one, this one, and this one. Kind of a nice, what are we calling this? A variety of colors, I guess. We've got some neutral. We've got some wow, pow, summer splash, petunia pop. We've got a little bit kind of subtle balmy blue and gray action going on.